Hi guys, rise and shine, we grind, we are all fine, and the sun shines for yours and mine. My name is Tyrone, and welcome back to my show. Today I'll be talking about transformation and spiritual inclination. This is an interesting one for me because I have been wanting to touch up on spiritual transformation for a while. I feel that it's something that we all go through. It's more so of a big change or a big impact within something that we have done in our lives. It could have been something that helped us emotionally, spiritually, and within relationships, it could have been anything that could have helped us, that could have transformed us into a better version of ourselves, because we're always becoming a better version of ourselves every single day. You know what I mean? We're always transforming because we learn something new. Every time we learn, we're transforming. So I would consider even learning being a transformation itself. Yes, it is a big impact in one specific area, or overall in a specific area, or it can be overall things that we go through within the transformation. We can transform learning three different things at once, learning more than one thing, excuse me. And I find that beautiful because of the fact that the growth is nonstop. And to the oldest person, you know what I mean? You'll find somebody that's 99 and that still be able to give you a little bit of wisdom, saying that they're still learning the ways of the world. You know what I mean? So transformation for everybody is a beautiful thing, and we're all learning. Like I said in the beginning, we're all learning. It's all a learning process. You know what I mean? Even myself, I'm learning a lot of things as I go about these videos, because I check back into my videos once in a blue moon, and I might see a couple of things that I can just learn from the things that I've said. You know what I mean? And it definitely makes me much more aware, because sometimes I feel that as human beings we can forget. You know what I mean? And being able to captivate that understanding and not being able to forget is definitely a beautiful thing once you capture it. I feel that spiritual transformation also has to do with giving up certain things, or gaining certain insights, not only about yourself, but it can be about the world, or just gaining different types of knowledge that can definitely contribute to your spiritual growth. You know what I mean? And if I might add, it is a beautiful concept. Spiritual transformation is a beautiful concept, more so of the fact because of the fact it's a, how can I say it? It is a it is something that you can't see within yourself, but other people can see within you. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're not fully aware of the concept of us transforming within our lives. Sometimes we will get the recognition from people, and sometimes we won't realize that we're actually transforming. There could actually be something that you have done that you weren't even aware of, that made a positive contribution to your life. And that's why I said, like in the beginning, it's imperative for us to be able to pay attention to these transformations that we go through. Sometimes reevaluating situations, even if it arises in conflict or if it doesn't arise in conflict, just reevaluating situations before I react definitely helps in terms of in terms of spiritual transformation, or just transformation period, because the transformation doesn't have to be spiritual. The transformation can just be on a physical context. You know what I mean? We're always transforming within the world. You know what I mean? But we're also transforming spiritually when we're spiritually in tune, when we have spiritual inclination. And that's where that comes in. You know what I mean? Spiritual inclination has to do with being in tune with your senses, being in tune with the present time, and being spiritually aware, spiritually intuitive to oneself and around the world. I feel like I said, it's living in the now. You must live in the present in order to be spiritually inclined. You know what I mean? It has to do with being in tune with all senses of your own spirituality, of where you come from, of where you are now. How 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 are you living your life now? You know what I mean? And that's mostly what everybody tells us. You know what I mean? A lot of people tell us to live in the now. We must live in the now. And I feel for me that means enjoying and being grateful for everything that you have right now. So when you enjoy those small moments, such as just being grateful for having a roof over your head, or food on the table, that's when those big things start to arise for you. That's when the big things come to you. You begin to be grateful and not boastful in a way, or just, you know what I mean, not being grateful overall. You know what I mean? Sometimes you lose a sense of self, and I feel that living in a now is definitely something that can definitely help when just living a life of reality, just living in reality can definitely help with a sense of reality. Um, Being spiritually inclined, like I said, it gives you a sense of gratefulness, or it gives you a kind hearted sense of connectivity with oneself and the earth, or just everything. It makes you very aware of everything, and it makes you aware of the things around. I feel that spiritual inclination is very important for all of us, because we tend to forget about the fact that we must, the things that we're doing could lead to breaking the spirit, or you know what I mean. There could be certain things that we're doing, or certain patterns that we're going through, that we might not even be conscious of, that could definitely make us lose a sense of connectivity when it comes to our spirituality, even when it comes to just oneself within the physical. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with both, and I feel that spiritual inclination is one thing that is needed for everybody, to be able to be connected to not only just ourselves but within the earth, to be able to have kind hearts when it comes to ourselves, not beat ourselves up, not beat other people up, you know what I mean? To be able to have a sense of intuition and being aware. Sometimes we have our slow moments where we don't pay attention. Sometimes we have our moments where we're fully aware, where we're just zoomed, where we're tunnel vision aware of anything that we want to achieve, or anything that we're just surrounded by our circumference. We're totally aware of that. You know what I mean? And the more that we have people that are overall aware of all of their senses within their lives, the more things will be smoother for everybody. The more transitions and transformations will start happening. The more grateful we become of the smaller blessings, you know what I mean? And then that's when those big blessings start to come. Uh, The reason I felt like I wanted to touch up on this topic today was mainly because of the fact that Transformation and spiritual inclination, they tie into each other, but one is kind of a branch from the other. Is it's Transformation is something that must be taught from a young age, or sometimes we teach it ourselves. I think we first start off teaching it ourselves is teaching ourselves with ABCs, you know what I mean, and transforming onto a new chapter or a new different type of lesson that you're going to learn in school. You know what I mean? There's different types of transformation, whether it's physical and learning about different types of things and gaining different types of knowledge, or whether it's just overall growth within your life, like physical. It could just be from taking it one step at a time and not skipping steps. That's a big transformation because you're learning how to take your time. You're learning how to not be so impatient with yourself. You're learning how to just develop so many senses within yourself to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. And you're just going to, you're not going to react. You're going to think and use your intuition and use your awareness to identify how you're going to be able to get through a certain situation or how you're going to be able to climb those steps. You know what I mean?